Hi, so I'm reading Bloody Rose by Nicholas Eames right now. This is the sequel to Kings of the Wild. Quick summary about this. It's about a group of mercenaries trying to live up to their predecessors while under the threat of a necromancer, a dragon, and a monster horde. There's a character in this book that I wanted to talk about. His name is Brune, and he can turn into a bear. And he kind of has a problem when he turns into the bear, is that he's either too small or he loses control and he forgets who his friends are and he'll start attacking them. And throughout the book, his kind of like story arc is he wants to find something called his fane, which is essentially his like spirit mirror or his like, what is it called? Spirit animal? Something like that. He's trying to find like the true like animal he's supposed to turn into. And once he does find his fane, he's a lot like faster and stronger and more like confident in himself, I guess. And there's a quote from the book that I wanted to share, and it goes, "I spent most of my life trying to be something I'm not, thinking I was on the right path without knowing how lost I was." And this can be relatable in like so many different ways. I kind of see it as like what I studied in college and just being like, maybe I shouldn't have studied that. But I also see it in terms of the type of content that I make on YouTube. I used to do these cinematic vlogs. They were like highly produced, lots of scripting, very like voiceover heavy. And for a while I thought that's what I wanted to be. I don't know, a cinematic vlogger or whatever. I was inspired a lot by Natalie Lynn and Wholesome Simon and Life of Risa. But I ended up kind of burning myself out, and I didn't know if I really liked making that style of content anymore. And I think that part of my like YouTube history is kind of like this character, Brune. I was like in my my bear phase of like trying to find my fane or whatever. And I don't know, maybe I was meant to find something else and meant to find whatever style I'm supposed to make. I think as I have worked on my people pleasing, my perfectionism in therapy, the more that I'm drawn towards making videos like this that are a lot more like simple and just not so edit heavy and more like real. I like that in this style that I can just kind of sit down and talk. It does make me a little uncomfortable though, because this is very exposing. I can't hide behind my edit. Like, sure, I can cut to a random B-roll clip or put a random image up, but for the most part, it's just you and me here, and that's kind of like, I don't know, like weird to me. One thing I'm learning in therapy is to sit with whatever makes me uncomfortable, and this style kind of makes me uncomfortable, but it's a good type of uncomfy, I think. Something that will help me like grow as a person. I've talked about this on the channel before, but I think YouTube has been a really good place for me to just like practice letting go of people pleasing, because, you know, you could post the most earnest thing and you'll still have a very small chance, but sometimes you'll get like a random mean comment for nothing. But I think that has just helped me realize that, you know, I can't make everybody happy and I can't please everybody. I also just think that this style helps me kind of let go of the pressure to edit and to plan everything. I mean, yeah, I have notes, but the production of this is just way lower and a lot less pressure for me. And like, I don't know, it just feels overall better. I think my concern with doing stuff like this is just like, I think YouTube really wants you to concentrate on retention, and retention-wise, most people are not going to survive on a video like this. Like my last video, yeah, it was 25 minutes long, but I think towards the end I had like 15% there, which YouTube wants you to maintain 30%, which is like crazy. I mean, the only person who can really maintain 30% is like a Mr. Beast video where it's like so much edits and so much things happening on the screen, all these like pop-up subtitles with every word that they say, and it like turns a different color. But honestly, like in terms of when you watch these how to grow your channel YouTube channels, they'll say like, oh, find your target audience or whatever. Like my target audience are people with an attention span. Like, I'm sorry to say, but I don't know. I don't want to edit like that. It's just not, it's not really me. I think going into the new year, I really just want to give myself the freaking like freedom. I already kind of just share my thoughts and reflections on here. And I already kind of talk about books on here, but I think the overall like format of it might change a little bit. I want to just do more lax, chill stuff like this. Honestly, I just want to have an approach to YouTube that's basically like, who cares? You know? Because I'm a small like creator, I'm free. And I think I really just forget that. And if anything, sometimes I feel bad for like the people who have a lot of subscribers because they're kind of stuck there, you know, like they can't experiment, they can't really branch out because they would just have to make a new channel for that because their like audience expects like one thing from them. And yeah, I want to be able to be free to do whatever. And I think I've just been putting a lot of pressure on myself. I think I've been that bear form to tie it all back into the book. I think as I find myself again and like just figure out what the hell I'm doing in my life and on this channel, that quote is going to be something I think I'm going to go back to every once in a while. I think that's why sometimes people like make this argument that you should just be reading fiction instead of self-help. I like self-help books. I know some people don't like them. I know that there's like kind of this meme around like, these are the self-help books that are going to help you get the mindset for success. I understand the like hustle and grind culture about them, but there's some self-help books that I think, you know, you can take a piece of what they're saying and use it in your own life. But so I understand the argument that fiction can also be just as beneficial because then you could relate to someone. And I really relate a lot to that character, Brune. Anyways, I just wanted to share, if you're also a creative person or like a content creator, I hope that maybe you relate to that quote and maybe you feel less alone in the overall lostness that I think we all kind of feel in life every once in a while. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't really know how to close out videos at all while in this style, but take care of yourself. I'll see you next time. Bye.